First, well, in those days it was horse and buggy.
Oh, yeah.
And where the parking lot is down there now is where the horse and buggies used to park.
Okay.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then when Dr. Knight came, I understand when he went on his first furlough back to Canada, the young men of the church, including some of your relatives, I'm sure, they made a road because by then he had bought a car. One, I guess, the Model T Ford in those days.
Okay.
Because from my understanding, it was back in the 30s.
Yes.
So they carved out a road from down there up to
the garage
that is there now. And so when I came here, that's the garage I inherited. But, you know, things sometimes change, that it was no longer considered safe to leave a car down there, or even safe for personal security.
Yes.
You know, so this road was carved out so that the garage is
to bring it up. So this will be during your time.
During my tenure.
Yes.
We carved out this road. So that's part of the development. But and again, it's not that we are emphasizing anybody's tenor over the other.
Yes,
it's just the fact that times change.
Yes.
And demands are different, you know.
Yes.
So that's where we are now.
You still use a bell?
Oh, the bell is still used.
It's still used.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not used as it was before.
Yes.
But it is still used. We use it and we still have it rung on Sundays at 9:45 for Sunday school.
And if a church member dies, you still toll?
Yes, not as regularly as we once did.
Yes.
Because sometimes we even forget. But it is still tolled. Something that is quite interesting about the tolling of the bell, that in those days, when someone dies, it would be known by the toll whether it's a male or female.
Yes.
Why? Because if it is a female, the bell will be tolled 2 times. If it's a male, it will be tolled 3 times.
I guess different intervals.
Yes. There will be one bang, and then there is an interval, and then another bang. You know, so that's how it was.
My son.
In his days was one of those who tolled the bell, and then Joe. Afterwards, he did that. After Joe died, we had a young man, but of course he wasn't always here. He used to go on the farm work.
Okay.
So we would have times when there would be nobody, and then there's a period of time then that we didn't have it told
at all.
or wrong at all,
Yes.
whether for church or in times
Okay.
of death.
Mm-hmm.
But we felt, people were asking, and we felt that we should resume that. So there's a young man now that does the ringing on Sunday mornings. Yeah. So this, the original belfry was destroyed.
Oh yeah,
by
because it wasn't
Hurricane
concrete.
Gilbert.
It used to be wood.
Yeah, it
in my
used to be
days.
wood.
Yeah, yeah.
So we decided to make a concrete structure. Yeah, and Lumsdale is responsible for doing that too.
Did a good job too.
In those days, there was a wall right across the front here.
Okay.
So to facilitate the garage and transport, we had that wall removed.
Yes, yes, yes. So that house, the cottage.
The cottage, yes. That was also severely damaged
okay.
at Hurricane Gilbert in 1988.
Used to be right in that.
So it used to be beyond the trees there.
Yes.
It used to be. I was hoping that somehow we would have it, renovated, but things were
Didn't work
difficult, it didn't work out. So we had to pull it down. Because I think it's one of the landmarks,
Yes. Yes.
Because it was a cottage that housed the head teacher.
Yes. That's right.
In those days.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Get.
You have a lot of them.
Yes,
That's all.
Sometimes it's simply because I have that one dog that litters, and then you nobody wants a female dog, so you find that I am left with a females.
So they reproduce.
Yes. This section of the parsonage is new.
Yes.
Because it was a board, a board structure with posts, of course, posts and in concrete. During the time during Gilbert again, yes, a full third of this structure was taken up by Gilbert. I remember it was a Monday morning. The hurricane was threatening, and before it came later in the day, I had gone to Brownstone and bought nails, and it was the ceiling of the veranda was board. So I went and I nailed the board, the zinc into the nails again, although they were there.
Yes.
But I went and reinforced it and clinched the nails underneath so that there was no chance of the zinc lifting.
Yes.
But the hurricane in the second phase removed this whole section from right here all
the way
to that
down.
section. And how it happened, I cannot explain to you, but all of that section was completely lifted off.
Yes.
And was thrown behind the house. And it didn't damage any part of the house at all.
Imagine that.
Yeah. You're talking about
as if someone
hundreds.
picked it up and...
As if someone picked it up with a crane and lifted it and put it down nicely at the back there.
Wow.
So, yeah, so we had to do some reconstruction here.
Yes, yes.
And again, Mr. Clark was responsible for doing this. Yeah.
Love to do good work.
Yeah, he does good work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he suffered a stroke and is not doing...
Really?
Yeah, he suffered a stroke.
Gosh.
And he was away for a little while, and I heard that he has returned. I haven't spoken to him yet. Yeah. So our friends in Canada were the ones who mostly helped us in the renovations. So after it was completed, a friend, one of the pastors from Jarvis Street came and saw the place, and he said, well, why not call it Canada House?
Okay.
That sign is there.
Yes, yes.
It didn't bother me, you know.
That's right.
Because, well, my predecessor was a Canadian.
Yes, yes.
He spent 48 years here.
Right. That's right.
So,
yeah.
and of course, this door, a container was being packed to send after the hurricane. And someone from the church who worked at the University of Toronto saw this door that was taken off and thrown around. And so he said, well, why not send it in the container? Maybe they can find some use for it.
Is it,
and so, yeah, that's metal.
Yes, strong. Whoa.
Yeah. When it came, just like it's the full width of this lattice area and the window. So all we had to do was cut out the bottom.
And just fit right in.
And it fit perfectly in.
Amazing.
If you notice, what it says there is Department of Rehabilitation.
Okay.
Medicine was at the bottom. Department of Rehabilitation. Medicine. So because beyond there is I study.
Okay.
I remove the medicine.
Yes, okay.
to call it Department of Rehabilitation.
Who want to rehabilitate yourself, come in. Yes. I like that.
Something that is interesting about this house. Turn the radio down. Yeah, come on. Is that there are all these rooms, this long hallway.
Yes.
That ends up into the living room and another room on the left.
Okay.
And when I came here first, back in the early 70s, and saw the outlay of the house, I asked why it was so constructed. I was told that it was intended that a Bible school
so
be
classrooms.
Not classroom, but it would become part of the residence for the students.
Oh, like dormitories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But that dream was never realized. Never in those days, and up to this day, it has not been realized.
Yes.
But it has been used. There have been times when we have had a full house, because we have had many visitors, especially from Canada, more recently in the United States, who come to help.
Yes, yes.
In those days, I'm sure you remember Marianne Veit.
Yeah, I remember that.
This was a lady who came first to Bible school back in the 1960s.
Yes.
She started Vacation Bible School here. And in the summer, like at this time of the year, just as school is through,
yes,
you know, a group of them would come down from Canada to carry out vacation Bible school.
And our friend, Mr. Bat.
Yeah, oh yes. That was Mrs. Knight's brother.
Golf balls, yeah.
That was Mrs. Knight's brother. I met him. Yes. In fact, as I said that, Mrs. Knight, of course, Bat, B-A-T-T. And I learned that when they were graduated, she went, as Dr. Knight did, to the Toronto Baptist Seminary.
Okay.
And they were among the first students in that institution. When it became evident that they both were going to come to Jamaica as missionaries, at the graduation, yes, well, already their engagement was announced.
Yes.
And the fact that they were going to go to Jamaica as missionaries. So, he being John Knight,
right,
she is Georgina Bat. It was said by the president of the seminary that the Bats like the night. Yes. So, yes, they were married. They were married the 1st of September 1927.
Wow.
And sailed on the 2nd of September 1927 to come to Jamaica.
Yes. So like honeymoon.
So they spent their honeymoon on the ship.
On the ship.
coming to Jamaica.
Yes.
All right, interestingly, I found out, and you can see, this is our bedroom, but it's all right.
Okay. Wow, it's a massive room.
Yeah. So there's another one down the hallway, just like this. And during Hurricane Gilbert, this entire roof, or most of it anyway, was taken off. Right? It was then that I discovered that every single room in this house has the walls going right up to the roof.
Explain that.
In other words, every room is a single entity in itself. So that although this part of the roof had been taken off, and it was leaking, of course.
Yeah, it didn't
affect any other part of the house. Wow. As close as the office is there, it didn't go over there because this wall goes right up to the roof. Yeah. And later I found also that every room of the house is sitting on its own foundation. Yes. There's a stone foundation everywhere, right around the room. Even the hallway as it is here, this passage, has its own foundation. Yeah.
What kind of architecture would that be? There must be a reason behind it.
I don't know. I can only say it was well built. You know, it was well built, and people wouldn't spend money like that in these days.
That's right.
To do buildings, but it is safe to do that.
Yes.
It is safe to do that. Yeah. So there is okay. So in those days, this would have been one room. That kitchen, where the dining area is now, would also be a room.
Okay.
Right? And this is where the bathroom is. Yeah. Would also be a room.
A room. Big size.
Big size. Yes. So what happened when I came, in order to utilize the space, I made this huge cupboard.
Okay.
You know, a closed closet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. But I tried to find ways and means as to how we could divide it, but it couldn't work out. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
So we just put a closet in there. Yes, so there would be this room, that room, 3.
3.
There were 4 here, and there's another one beyond this. There is
Across here.
5.
Look like dormitory.
Yeah, and there's one over here, and there's another over here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this takes you into the living area.
Okay.
Yeah, this takes you into the living
The
area.
living area.
And then another room is over here, just like the one down the bottom. Yeah. So this is usually we accommodate.
Yes,
because
yes.
we usually have 4 beds you know, in here, so it's just
Massive.
but it's a massive place.
Yeah. And all the ceiling is
Yeah,
tray type.
this is what they call the what is it? Can't remember the name they give. I think it's a tray.
Yeah.
The tray ceiling.
Yes.
You know. But the flooring now, and these are the original floors.
Yes.
Yes. The wood is the original.
Maybe
This wood. No, there's no cedar here. This we know for sure is the blue maho,
Okay.
which is now Jamaica's
Yeah.
national wood. And this one, and you notice it's interchangeable.
Yeah, different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same wood, but you have the blue maho and then you have the other one, then the blue maho. We are guessing that this wood could either be the bullet wood or what they call shad bark. Yeah. So, but we're not sure about, but we know for sure this is blue maho. No question about that. All right, so this house was built in the 1870s
Yes.
by one Reverend Dutton from England, of course. And interestingly, all the pastors up to John Knight were all British men. Yeah.
Okay.
They came directly from England
Yeah.
on mission to the churches in the Jamaica Baptist Union. Dr. Knight was a Canadian.
Yes.
He came at the invitation of the then minister, who was Reverend Arthur Meredith.
Okay.
He was getting on in age, and there was a minister who came from a professor who came from the seminary in Canada, the newly opened seminary, and he asked him on his return to find out if there was any young couple
Okay.
that was interested in mission work, and that there was an opening here that they could fill. And so Dr. Knight, who had interest in missionary work, and in fact had applied
Okay.
to the China Inland Mission to go to China as a missionary, he was turned down. Because when he did his medical examination, he was told that he wouldn't last very long on the mission field because his arteries were like those of
They're small.
those of a 50-year-old man.
You serious?
Yeah, and he was only already just 27 in those days. So they said he wouldn't last very long on the mission field. Well, he came to Jamaica as a result, and he spent 48 years
Yeah,
here.
suppose the arteries open up. Straighten.
And he had no problems here.
None.
Yeah. And
Because he lived a long
he
life.
lived a long life. And he went back. Well, we always remember because he was born in the year 1900.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever year we are in,
Yes,
that's
yes,
his birthday.
birthday. Yeah.
So when he left here, he was 77 years old.
Yes.
And he
And
went
he was a
back
very
to
active
Canada,
man when he was
yes,
here, yeah.
and lived a few more years.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I don't want to hazard that guess, but he lived some years after.
Yeah.
When
Must
he
be
went
the
back to
Jamaican
Canada.
food.
Oh yes, and he loved Jamaica.
Yes, yes.
He's told me, and you know, I have documents
Mm-hmm.
that I will write someday
Yes.
about his life. As a matter of fact, I have some tapes as well.
Yes, yes,
And but it's just the time,
yes.
because with the responsibility with four churches, you know, I haven't been able to settle down as I wish to write his biography. But someday
Yeah,
it
you
will
should.
be done.
You definitely
Someday
should.
it will
Yeah.
be done. Hope the Lord will spare my life
Yes.
so that I can do that. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so this place then is coming up to 150 years old.
Imagine.
Yeah, this building
Still
is
strong.
still in good repairs, and it's just like the church down there. It was built from the red earth,
Yes.
the white
yes,
lime,
Yes.
with the molasses, you know, added for
Still
strength.
going strong.
You know, yes, yes.
Mm.
Yes, so
Some history, man, I tell you. You do painting?
no, I don't. I love painting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I have a few that. That's an artist impression of my wife and I.
Ah!
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
In fact, they gave us two. It's a friend of ours. The same person who did them both.
Wow.
And one in color. Yeah. So it's his impression.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yes, couple of paintings here. This one, I am particularly thrilled about it. I bought it off the street here.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of walk there because the backing has been
Oh,
broken.
yes,
I need
yes,
to get
yes,
it properly
yes.
done. But it's a beautiful painting.
Beautiful. You could
And
kind of lose yourself in
I
it.
don't think the fellow who did it even understand, you know, what he's doing. Because I'm sure I didn't pay very much for it. I can tell you, I didn't pay much for it. But it was very impressive to me. And still is, you know. This one was given to me by a pastor in Missouri. And he did that too. He did that work himself. Van de
The
Mark.
water wheel and
Yes. Van de Mark was his name. He has some Dutch. I think he's Dutch background. You know. Yeah. This is another one. This was given to us by. It was a group that came here some years ago, and this was given to us at that time. This here was given to me when after I left Canada.
Yeah.
But there was a lady in the church that I assisted there by the name of Lefa Prosser. So she did this with her own hands. And you know, it's a very, very meticulously done.
Yeah, oh yes.
It's a farm setting, you know, the farmhouse and the animals and all that.
That's right.
Yes, it's very
Painstaking.
very well done. This Mrs. Prosser is a lady that I remember fondly She was a very prim and proper person, you know, both in her speech,
Yes.
in her dress. You go to her home, and it's just like that. I think the best cup of tea I ever had in my life, I had at her home.
Wow.
You know, she was Canadian, but she
Yes.
has English background. Yeah. Yes, I love these.